So chances are you've seen one of these everywhere, right? The good old acoustic guitar. But trust me, you probably don't know its real story. Today, we're going to dig way deeper and uncover its incredible journey, which all kicks off in one very specific place, Spain. I mean, really think about it for a sec. How can this same wooden box be the thing behind your favorite chill pop song and the source of that super intense, fiery music you hear in Spanish flamenco? It looks simple, but there is a ton of science and history packed inside this thing.
All right, first things first. If we want to understand the guitar's power, we gotta look under the hood. We're gonna break down the actual physics of how it makes a sound. It's kind of like popping the hood of a car to see what really makes it go.
Okay, so the whole process is basically a four-step combo move. Step 1, you strum a string. That's your input command, but by itself, it's barely a whisper. Step 2, that tiny vibration zips across the bridge to the top of the guitar. Now, step 3 is the power-up. The big, hollow body acts like a massive amplifier, taking that whisper and turning it into a full-on shout. And finally, step 4, that huge sound blasts out of the sound hole, and that's the music you actually hear. Okay, so now we know how it works. Let's talk about how it's built. And this is where it gets really, really cool. Think about building a guitar just like you'd customize a character in a video game. Every single choice, every little piece of material, it all changes the final stats and, how it sounds. First up, you've got to pick your weapon, the strings. On one side, you got steel strings. Think of these like a big battle axe. They're bright, they're loud, they're aggressive, perfect for pop and folk music. But all that high tension means they can be a little tougher on your fingers. Then, on the other side, you have nylon strings. These are more like a magical staff, mellow, soft, and way easier to play. This is the signature sound you hear in classical and, you guessed it, Spanish music. All right, next up in your character build, the armor. That's the wood, and it's basically the guitar's DNA. The top part, the soundboard, that's like your chest plate. It's usually made of a flexible softwood like spruce, which vibrates like crazy to create a bright sound. The back and sides, though, that's your heavy armor. That's often a hardwood like rosewood, and its job is to reflect the sound back, making it deep and powerful. And the neck? Well, it has to be super sturdy, like a strong backbone, to handle all that string tension. That's why you'll often see something tough like mahogany there. Okay, so we've got the science down and we've got the materials. Now let's dive into the origin story. We're going to look at the guitar's tech tree, see how it evolved and leveled up over centuries, mostly in Spain, to become the instrument we know today. So the whole journey starts way, way back in the Renaissance with these early ancestors like the vihuela, which was super popular in Spain. Over the next few hundred years, builders started giving it upgrades. They added more strings, made the body bigger to get more power and volume, but the real game changer came in the mid-1800s, thanks to a legendary maker named Antonio de Torres Jurado. This guy is the one who perfected the design, creating the iconic shape and sound of the modern classical guitar. He basically unlocked its final form. But wait, the evolution didn't stop there. A new, specialized build emerged in Spain, almost like a prestige class you unlock in a game. I'm talking about the flamenco guitar, a high-performance machine built for one thing and one thing only, pure speed and fire. So what's the difference? Well, think of it like this. The classical guitar is kinda like a noble, well-rounded hero, designed to play perfect, beautiful notes in a quiet hall. The flamenco guitar? It's a speedy assassin. It's built to be way lighter, with a bright, punchy, almost snappy sound. See, the goal isn't to be perfect. It's to be fast and loud enough to cut through all the noise of stomping dancers and powerful singers in a packed room. And of course, with a specialized build like that, you get some absolutely insane special moves. Flamenco players use techniques you just won't see anywhere else. You've got the rasgueado, this rapid windmill-like strum that creates a massive wall of sound. Then there's the golpe, where the player literally taps the guitar's body like it's a drum to add rhythm. And finally, picado, which is a lightning-fast melody technique. Seriously, these moves require incredible speed and precision. So, all of this, the science, the history, the special moves, it all builds up to something much, much bigger. Let's kind of zoom out now and see why the guitar isn't just an instrument in Spain. It's way more than that. Yeah, in Spain, the guitar isn't just something you hear on a stage. It's everywhere. It is the soundtrack to festivals, to family parties, to big celebrations. It's a symbol of community. And a lot of times, kids don't even learn from a book. They just learn by watching and listening to their parents or grandparents play. And this quote just nails it perfectly. The sound of the guitar is totally tied to the sound of people celebrating, or even mourning, just living life together. It speaks for the community, telling all its stories through melody and rhythm. So, here it is, the main takeaway. After all the science and the history, what it all really boils down to is this. The Spanish guitar isn't just an object made of wood and strings. It's the voice of an entire culture. And that kind of leaves us with one last question to think about. We've seen how the guitar tells Spain's story, so what about you? Is there an instrument that tells the story of your culture, or your community, or maybe even just your family? I'd be curious to know. Thanks for hanging out and exploring this with me.